The Backyard Gardening Project, Episode 14. Could it be the soil? Great soil equals healthy plants. Brought to you by The Garden Father and Don's Garden Shop. Located on East Platte Avenue in Colorado Springs, offering you soil mixes, mulches, rock, stone, statuary, fountains, and more. So come along for the journey. This is the Backyard Garden Project. You've heard me say in the past that a good garden starts off with great soils. The soils that were used in the garden beds for Mike, Colleen, and Troy's garden beds came from Don's Garden Shop. He carefully mixes these blends to make sure that they're right for the gardener and won't stop until he gets it just perfect. And I think this year he hit a home run, as you can see by the produce that has been coming out of Mike and Colleen's gardens. Soil is more than just peat moss and perlite. It is a careful blend of minerals that are found in naturally occurring soils around the area in which you grow your garden. So if you try to imitate this by just bringing in bagged soils, you're getting mostly product that is made from composted wood and peat moss. And that isn't what plants naturally grow in. So I say, judge for yourself, and if you like the results of what you see in this garden, then you need good garden soil, one that is a balance of minerals along with organic products in just the right proportions. I know this sounds like a commercial for Don's Garden Shop, but I wouldn't be associated with Don unless I knew his products were the best that I could find in this area. And I am fussy. So let's see what's growing in Mike, Colleen, and Troy's garden. This is week 14. Well, hi, Mike.
Hi, Larry.
Hey, today is June 20th, and Mike, take us into your garden and show us what's going on today.
Sure, come on in.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of rain last night. Yeah, it was really a good soaking rain, but now the heat comes on. Now I want you guys to take a look at some of this stuff. This is really great. All right, right there Mike has his Mokum carrots, and you can see they're doing wonderfully. Now if he wants to see if they're ready to pick, he's looking at the base. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. And if he can see some of the orange starting to peek through the top, he can gently remove them and eat them as small carrots. But I think there's still about a week to 2 weeks before he starts harvesting any in there. Now let's take a look at that monster broccoli. Holy cow, look at that thing. That head is just about ready to pick. Look at that. And that's Pac-Man broccoli, so he'll trim it off. Now show him right where you want to trim that off there, Mike.
So go at it.
Yeah, let me get right in there
here.
tight. Yeah, right about there. You see right where that stem is. Let me back out a little bit. There you go. And he'll trim that off, and that broccoli is ready to eat. All right, as we can see, the broccoli is doing great. Now there are a few holes in the leaves, as you can see, just a few. Now that usually indicates insect damage, and in this case usually the white cabbage moth caterpillar. And that can be treated easily with a dust, a bacteria called Bacillus thuringiensis. Some people just say BT. It's under the trade name Dipel or Dipel, depending on how you do it. It's organic, and it just affects the caterpillar, and it'll protect his cabbage and his broccoli, and both of them may need a little dusting. Now Mike has his cabbage there, and this is Katerina. Now give it just a little mild squeeze there. Does it feel tight?
It's firm.
All right, it is ready to harvest. Now when he does, show people where you're going to cut right there. It's right underneath there by the stem, just where it meets the ground. And he'll harvest it, and then he'll trim off what leaves he doesn't want to eat, and they'll have an excellent head of cabbage there. The other one next to it isn't quite as far along yet. It's got to form a little bit bigger head, and he'll be ready to go. Now, Katerina, in my opinion, makes the best coleslaw, but I think you'll find many uses for it. Now let's take a look in the back. Mike, look at that. Your Your snap peas are finally starting to come after the first ones were eaten by probably a rodent of some kind.
Yeah, they've
And
broken
they're
up.
finding their way up, and probably in another week or so they'll start to bloom, and he'll be picking snap peas here shortly. Now we're taking a look here under Mike's hoop tunnel where the tomatoes, this is the warm hoop tunnel, and this is his second crop of lettuce. Now you saw some in a photo, and I'm going to add that a little later if you haven't seen it, what he harvested already. But these are the Sun Devil iceberg lettuce that he started from seed, and that's his second crop. Oh my goodness. Mike, what?
And it is delicious.
Oh
You
jeez.
have spoiled us. This
Oh.
is amazing.
And you can see the big beef tomato is starting to form some flowers, and oh, look at that tomato right there.
Yeah, there's the
Let
four
me get a
down
little
here.
close-up of that.
And then two more.
Yeah, let me get in there and show him. Yeah, he's got some tomatoes coming. They look really, really healthy and good. Show us your peppers there.
So we're really excited about all of this. We have jalapenos going. We got lots of ladybugs. We've been watching for aphids, like you said.
Perfect.
The ladybugs have come in to help us. We've been spraying off as we see them. So flavor burst, we have a lot of jalapenos, and we have one flavor burst you could see right away.
There it is.
And another one starting. This is our pride and joy. I can't wait for this guy, our Pueblo green chili.
Yeah.
So we have one big guy and one little one in there.
Well, I'm going to
Oh,
be excited
three.
about that too. Oh, another one right there.
Yes.
Oh, those peppers look just tremendous.
And then more back here, the Caliph.
That would be the California. That's the
like-
California. That's a California Wonder.
California Wonder.
Yeah, I abbreviated it on that stick. So, oh, they're doing it. And there's your basil. That's sweet
basil's been great.
basil or Genovese. Have you used that in any cooking?
Oh yes, we made some Tuscan chicken with that, and boy, it was delicious. The fresh basil's just been amazing. So between that, the lettuce, and all the herbs, we've been eating great.
Now, Mike, you know, I'm looking at your garden, and I'm telling you, if I'm walking in here, I'm saying a master gardener is gardening here. Tell me, how much experience do you have vegetable gardening here?
Zero vegetable gardening experience.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is all from you. And I have to give Colleen a ton of credit because her delicate hands did all the transplanting as these grew out. So she got all of these planted out, and that's why they're doing so well. She did an awesome job from all her flower gardening. So she has the magic touch to get
Well, they're spaced correctly, and they're going to have a chance to grow into big heads. Now let's take a look over at your cucumbers and see how they're doing.
great.
Mike has planted some cucumbers. These are as we mentioned before, Quarantine, formerly Cool Breeze, under this, it's a hoop tunnel, but it's a breathable cover on it. And let's take a peek inside to see how they're doing. Now you're going to see these, everyone. These, like I mentioned, every flower will produce a cucumber because they're gynoecious and parthenocarpic. Gynoecious, one sex, parthenocarpic, don't need to be fertilized. And there you can see a cuke already started. So you're going to have cucumbers here in about a week and a half, and it'll be non-stop until frost.
Great.
You know, I hope you have people who enjoy cucumbers, because you're going to have just a ton of cucumbers to give away to your neighbors.
That's great.
I can assure you. Well, Mike, listen, I think that's about all. Well, let's take a look at your beans before we get out of here.
Sure.
Okay? Now, his beans have taken a little bit of a hit. You know, they're exposed to the weather here, and it's kind of tough because there's been a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and everything else. But, you know, he'll keep trying, and if it doesn't work, he'll plant another seed along in there, and hopefully he'll get some to come up. So, you know, I mean, if you were 100% successful with every vegetable you planted, Mike, I think I'd give you my job and quit.
Well,
It
I'm
is
glad that's
absolutely phenomenal. So, good job, and we'll see you later. And remember, happy gardening.
Happy gardening. Thanks, Larry.